It is the end of June. How you doing?
This month has just flown right by. What the heck happened to the month?
I know. We had a lot of fun though this month, man. We had some good stuff this month. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm still working on this week's item that we're going to be eating. I'm prepping it. I like to do my special hot dog, y'all. And as a reminder, hot dogs were for this week. Hopefully, y'all have your hot dog or your burger ready to go with some red, white, and blue drinks. Let us know.
Here's what I did. I barbecued. I used the grill.
Oh,
just in the container to be put on the buns. Now the buns were toasted a little bit too.
Yes.
So
you gotta toast the buns.
Yeah. The one thing I didn't have was my relish for my hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
But that's all right. I'm going to do 2 different hot dogs, 2 different ways, just to fight on which way they're supposed to go. And then I've got a hamburger, but my hamburger, I don't do regular hamburgers. I don't know about you, but I do bison burgers.
Oh, you know what? I've tried bison, and I don't care for bison all that much. It was so different than what I'm used to. So
it doesn't have that fatty taste of beef, right?
True, very true.
It's a leaner meat, so that is one of the reasons why I try to eat leaner stuff. So anyway, I got some stuff to make some drinks here today. I got the white drink over here that I got the hand blender to do in the bathroom so we don't make as much noise. All right. I got a red drink and I got cranberry juice, and I just read the thing today. It was supposed to say get real cranberry juice, not cocktail. Guess what? I failed at that one.
Oh, that's.
But I got some pineapple juice, some orange juice, and stuff to make our one. I have a little bit of the coconut rum from last week, but I also have some of my silver rum as well. So
there you go.
But we decided to do red, white, and blue because it's let's face it, next week is 4th of July, and I'm sorry guys, we's partying. We ain't gonna be here. We would love to teach you how to drink on the 4th of July, but we're gonna be doing it that day.
There you go.
We are not going to be teaching it. We're going to be doing it that day.
For once, right? There you go. Yeah, I spilled my cranberry juice. I actually did get cranberry juice. And so I'm ready for that. The one thing that I did not get, which I thought I had, was I thought I had pineapple juice. And so I ended up with pineapple chunks because Dole, they have 100% pineapple juice. So this is where my pineapple juice is coming from. But in case you haven't seen the head of my pineapple, I actually did puree my pineapple. So I do have pure pineapple puree. So it is like delicious. This pineapple was so juicy and sweet, absolutely delicious. So I am looking forward to putting it into my drink. And yeah, with the puree, it's like.
I should have, you know what I should have done, because I've got to do the pina colada. And I should have pureed my ice. I've got crushed ice to try to do this as the best I can live on camera. Right. All right, but the blue Hawaiian was one of the drinks. Our red drink that I took off the red drink list. Oops. Where is it? All right.
Did you do the cranberry bourbon fizz?
I did I'm going to do I know we had 2 of them, the cranberry bourbon cocktail, but I put the cranberry bourbon fizz because it's so simple. And yet it uses something we used last month, plus something you and I both have. All right. Mm-hmm. On our, we have on our shelves at all time, and that's bourbon.
Right.
I mean, I know you probably got more bourbons on your shelf than I have. Well, right now you do, because all mine's packed up at my mom's. But anyway.
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
So, good news is, ladies and gentlemen, is in late August, early September, we will hopefully by then I'll have the new studio. But I did buy a house over the weekend, and we will be moving to the country.
Yay, congratulations.
Yeah. So, and I was teasing our good friend Craig over the weekend. I said when I bought it, I'm the other side of the lake from him. Okay. Now, we both live a stone's throw from the lake, right?
Right.
Neither one of us, neither one of us have a boat. I have access to a boat ramp, but he said they're putting a dock in down by his place. So I said, dude, once I get the boat, I'm going to start taking the boat to your house and not the car.
Right.
I got to go up and around to get, go around to get to them. We go around the lake. So anyway, but yeah, we're going to be closer to the lake, and we did that purposely. We want to be able to get a small boat, go out on the lake anytime we want, and it's one of the bigger lakes here in the Dallas area. So
that's
with this studio here, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. If I get an offer, I may have to move out and be broadcasting our show every week from like somebody's closet.
Right. Well, I've been there, done that. So I did prep my my delicious hot dog. I have to show it because
you got to show that. Get it up close to the camera because I know what you're going to do. And I'm gonna hold on. I am going to solo layout you so people can see it. Explain that now. That's the tomato.
So tomato and pickles and mayo and some avocado in there. This
All right.
is love to do it. Sometimes I'll add mustard to it. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of something else. But usually I love pickles and tomatoes are must in my dog. And this time, because it's a hot dog, I'm not going to eat the Scooby snack. But I have Maverick with me today, and so he gets to have a treat if he's a good boy.
If he's a good boy.
He's always a good boy. And then I have an artichoke dip for my kettle chips. So that's for this time. I was debating on the drink if I was going to do the cranberry bourbon or the cranberry bourbon fizz. I do have a new ginger beer that I have not tried before. They only have
That's the one I had.
So I do have Q here. And then I was told, even though there's another blue curacao, and it is correctly pronounced curacao, even though it is spelled like curacao, it is curacao. And this is one that is even better than, there's another brand, I can't remember, that is more traditional. So we have this one. I am going to be using my light rum, not on the first one, but on a couple of other drinks, or the other drink, sorry, my other drink, my light rum. And then since this one calls for bourbon, I pulled out the Breckenridge from Colorado, which, as you can tell, I've only been drinking it while on the podcast. And then Vita Coco coconut water. Well, I thought I had coconut water at home. Turns out I did, but it was the peach mango, which I'm like, I do not want peach mango in my pina colada. So I thought it to because it was on sale at Kroger. But Vita coconut, this one's pretty yummy.
This is, by the way, the dumbest decision I made was on Red, White, and Blue Drink Week to wear a white shirt.
Well, then you're going to have red, white, and blue all over.
And mustard.
Oh my goodness, I forgot something red. So I have the blue, and I don't have and there's white in here. So I have the blue and white. I'm missing the red, which will be the cranberry juice that I already spilled. So I went to put mayonnaise on my burger. Oh,
I just spattered it on my hot dog.
Oh,
luckily I had 2 hot dogs because I'm doing 2 different things. So anyway, mayonnaise on a hot dog ain't bad.
So I'm wondering if I should go with the cranberry bourbon cocktail since you're doing the bourbon fizz.
You can do it. Well, I'm thinking we can both do it because we can both talk about it. I'm going to do, because it's the neutral color is the white one, and that's because I have to deal with an ice melting situation.
Okay.
And a thing. So you can start talking about that because I'm not going to grind it here.
Okay.
I'm going to go behind the door and do it.
All right. So you want me to start with the white one, the pina colada?
I'm going to start with the pina colada, and I know you have a different pina colada if you want to make yours on, because yours is not with a blender like mine.
Right. Okay. So I will start with the pina colada because it's white. We don't have to start with red. But there is history behind the pina colada. Now, a lot of people look at the pina colada and they absolutely love it. They think poolside, here's a pina colada. When I was in Jamaica, I drank a lot of pina coladas. I mean, they had the maker.
Yeah.
And so they would just bring it out and then add the rum afterwards. But for a long time, it was shunned. The people did not like the pina colada because the barkeeps at some point in the early 70s, that was in the 70s. So the pina colada was first introduced 1952. And then in the 70s, when the barkeeps started to use not quality products, everybody was like, oh, yeah, not the pina colada. So it took a while before the pina colada came back to the main scene because it started to be seen as a good drink when high quality products were being used again. But it was Roman Marrero Perez. He's the one that originally created the pina colada, and that was in the Carib Hilton in Old San Juan, Puerto Rico. So the pina colada comes from Puerto Rico, so it is an island drink. Hence why when you're on an island, a lot of times you're drinking pina colada. The pina colada is really seen for the most part as a blended drink. So you're seeing it. When I was in Jamaica, they have it already blended, but it's going around to maintain it so that it doesn't settle. And what Tim is going to do is that he is going to hand blend it. Mine is a shaken, so mine is going to be a little different. It's going to be shaken, and I have to look up the recipe that I have around here. It's from liquor.com, shaken pina colada, and this one calls for light rum, cream of coconut. So cream of coconut.
Explain that too. I watch your notes on that.
Yeah. So cream of coconut. I was at the liquor store and I grabbed it because I was in line. I'm like, oh, cream of coconut. They also had the coconut water, and they also had pineapple juice. And I said, oh, I have that. So I only grabbed this one. Well, when I went to the store, I still went to look for cream of coconut. They did not have it. I was so disappointed. I found coconut milk, but not cream of coconut. So cream of coconut is a sweet, creamy consistency and a smooth texture. So when you do this, you're not hearing splashy water.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you grab coconut milk or coconut water, you do this, you hear it. You do that to this, it is a thick consistency and it's sweet and it's smooth. So this is a little different. Now you can make your own cream of coconut. You can make your cream of coconut by cooking the coconut milk and adding sugar to it and thickening it up. And that's where, of course, the sugar is going to bring your sweetness. I decided to buy it because we have visitors from Sweden and, from Switzerland. And so I'm like, I don't have time. So I went with this one, and this is Cocoa Tropics. This one has 130 calories per 2 tablespoons. And it has, on the sugar side, it has 20 grams of sugar and 12 grams of added sugar. No protein, no cholesterol, 15 milligrams of sodium. So if you want to go with more traditional, make your own, you can break those calories down just a little bit. But as you can tell, it's got the pina colada right on the bread cover.
Yeah. So is it a pull top can or a?
Yes.
Okay, because that is the other thing that like Tim would show up and need a can opener.
Right, and it's like.
So anyway, I went and blended my pina colada. All right. I put everything in. I've got, a real, look at my recipe here. I actually, I didn't use the cream of coconut. I used the coconut rum.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, I have some pineapple juice in there, a little bit of lime juice. All right. And rum. I didn't shake mine. I blended mine. I put some ice cubes in. And then I also added a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Oh, yes. Some of the drinks you can add vanilla ice cream, and sometimes by adding one ingredient, it either thickens it, makes it better, thicker, yummier, sweeter, richer, whatever. And sometimes by adding that one ingredient, it changes the drink to be a different type of drink. One other note which I forgot that I have here. Cream of coconut.
But I also cheated on one, though, by the way.
What did you cheat on?
Where is it? I took it. No, here it is. No. I have a second one, right?
Okay.
I have a second one over here with this one. The only thing I did was add live pineapples to it. And it's a Mr. and Mrs. T's mix. And then I just put some fresh pineapple into it and shook it up. So this one here, you can't see it. But when I was pouring it, I see the chunks of pineapple because they didn't all blend up. Okay. I was using one of the hand blenders. So
I'm going to get my measure because I didn't grab my my measuring, which should be in here. Oh, there it is. I know. You would think I'm on.
I'm just gonna say that the one that's done from the Mr. and Mrs. T's tastes better.
Oh, really?
I'm a bad guy.
Oh, when I have too much stuff here, it's like driving me a little crazy. But I'm going to try this, and I did have to look up this recipe because this isn't one. It was a little bit more complicated. It calls for 2 ounces of rum. I'm going to half the recipe because we have 3 drinks coming, so I'm going to have the recipe and just go with the 1 ounce of rum.
So what I did with my food here tonight, guys, is I did the ultimate everybody says no, all right, on hot dogs. I have a ketchup and mustard hot dog.
Oh, yum.
All right, and then this one here is my spicy mustard, but it has a little bit of, because by accident, the one side has some mayonnaise on it because it dropped. Oh. And I just cooked my burger, which is a bison burger, and I just have mayo. I didn't put any toppings on it. Just a burger with mayo, ketchup, and mustard. So, all right, I'm just going with a kind of a guys right off the grill. We grab it, we put some stuff on it, and eat it. Right. Let's face it. If you're the guy cook, Sean will probably back me up on this. If you're the guy cook at the cookout, you don't get to go to all the fancy stuff. You take it off the grill, throw it on a bun, and you eat it. That's your food. Right. And it's always, honey, can you bring me another beer? Because you don't have time to go get the beer.
Just right on that. And let's see if I can get it out. And there we go. Yes, I got the juices out because I was having an issue pulling the whole thing off. Lime juice. Here's if I can open this. I always have issues with this little guy. Oh, here it is. Lime juice. So this one is a half an ounce of lime juice. Oh. And again, I'm using these little guys. They come in. Lemons have gone down. They're back to 69 cents each, but when you're making drinks, this is perfectly okay.
Always have a little bit of lemon juice around when you're making drinks.
I forgot there's my mustard. Found my mustard. It was blending in with the pineapple, so I can add a little bit of mustard to my dog now. There's the mustard. Okay. Because some people are going to say, you can't have a hot dog without mustard. I have learned to like mustard. I used to cook with mustard, but I wouldn't eat mustard. Go figure. And over the last year, I've learned that I do like mustard. Okay, so then it says shake vigorously. And then and 12 ounces, the cream, the pineapple juice. I think I need, I didn't put enough pineapple juice in there.
And I'm curious to our listeners, all right, you guys who are tuning in, and tell us, even if you listen to the recording, is when it comes to pina colada, have you done frozen or stirred? All right, because there are 2 different versions to make them, and I'm curious. I've only ever had the frozen ones, which is basically the same thing, but it's just blended with ice, which kind of would neutralize it, I would think.
And this one, it says to use the pebble ice. You strain it into pebble ice. I'm not straining it. I'm just leaving it in the glass. But I would normally strain it into this little guy. But I'm going to use that for something special in a moment. But see how thick? Okay. Since I pulled out the cream of coconut, it's still on the spoon. That's how thick it is. And then I've added my ice. I'm going to add a little bit more ice because it's just not a whole lot of ice in there.
And that's, I think, why a lot of people go with the frozen drinks, because it is so thick. Adding ice to it really just freezes it.
Right. So here's the white, nice and pretty. And really you want to strain it so that it looks nice and you don't get all the drippings on the side of the glass. But, oh my goodness, that is yummy. I like that. Even without the rum, I think that this would taste yummy. Even if you add no rum to it, you can make it ahead of time and then just have it ready. And when I think we've mentioned this before, You have it ready, and then you just add your spirit right as you're serving it. You add the spirit, you add the cocktail, and you mix it, and you got it ready to go.
Yeah, I had my whole mix going. I just had to add the ice cubes to it and the rum before I blended it. So, because I knew it would take a long time, and I just see how long it took you making these from scratch. Right. This is why, this is what my uncle's done. When I go to his parties, is he makes a pitcher or whatever it is, and then he just has to add the, you know what I mean? And that's it. You put that, and then you just have to add the alcohol to it.
Right.
But
you can do so many different things to decorate. I mean, you can even put it inside.
You just put the pineapple. Yeah, I've seen people like that. They put the leaf in. All right. Mm-hmm. They put the pineapple on the edge, or they put the pineapple. I've seen it done with the pineapple, toothpick, pineapple,
and maraschino cherry.
Yeah, pineapple, cherry, maybe even like an orange or lemon slice, and then they've taken the pineapple leaf and bent it over. So the pineapple leaf would be in the toothpick twice. So it's like a C. Yeah, I've seen it done that way. It's like your Bloody Mary. Everybody has a way they want to do it. And that's what makes each one of them signature. All right. But truthfully, you drink a pina colada, we should be on the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
This pineapple is so sweet. Absolutely delicious. Am I missing anything here? Juice. Yeah, garnish with pineapple wedge and a pineapple leaf. But liquor.com, a shaken pina colada. Super simple. Just make sure that you're using quality products, and oh my goodness.
Okay.
I guess I should have a bite of my hot dog.
Have a bite of your hot dog. Well, I move on and talk about our next drink, which is we're going to go to our red drink, because it's kind of a simple drink.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this one here is very, very simple. And I actually pulled up the directions on where was it? I used gimmesomeoven.com to look at their recipe.
Okay.
All right. And the cranberry bourbon fizz is what this next one is.
Okay.
And it says, first of all, it's 2 ounces bourbon, 2 ounces cranberry juice, 4 ounces ginger beer, and ice. This one here is such a simplistic drink. And if you're a bourbon lover, all right, bourbon and cranberry, great combination together, which we're going to talk about. Like next month, we're doing a lot of whiskey stuff, all right, and a lot of whiskey, great combinations that go with bourbons and whiskeys that we never, most people don't think about. But this one here, add bourbon to glass. I actually got my bourbon glasses out here. And of course, if I'm doing bourbon, you know what I'm doing for bourbon, right?
Of course, you're
my Iron Wolf. Shout out to you guys down there in Iron Wolf country, down there in the hill country. So it's 2 ounces of bourbon.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention the Men's Journal Monkey Colada. Look that one up. I liked it just because it was a little different. That's the one that's why I had my puree. That one called for monkey shoulder whiskey. That's why the puree, the coconut rum, coconut water, and fresh lime juice. But I decided to go with the shaken one. That was my first to go to. Oh my goodness, look at that. How beautiful it is.
Oh, see how it turns red?
Uh-huh.
That's about, I'm a little off. So, but that's about 2 ounces of it says 2 ounces of cranberry. Got to mix up my ice cubes because they start to melt up here upstairs. I'm just going to put 3 ice cubes into it and crack my ginger beer, which of course got the same one as you because I bought a 4-pack a couple weeks ago.
Well, the 3 of them I had to put it away because the 3 of them had gotten eaten. So this is Powell and Mahoney Craft Cocktail Mixer Simple Syrup. This time what I ended up purchasing was a Master of Mixes Simple Syrup. And the only reason I got this is because it's got the little doohickey guy. This one, it dribbles down and it gets sticky and I have to constantly wash it. But I will make my own. I'm going to keep this bottle. I'm going to wash it out. When I make my own simple syrup, it's going to go in here. But for now, again, time. Sometimes pain is for the for the time. So I did get this guy. Saving.
So there it is.
Oh my goodness, beautiful.
That's our red drink, which we went with that one again. We're going with the red, white, and blue theme. All right. Most people would think of holiday weekend. They're going to have, really they're going to have probably hamburgers, hot dogs, and beer.
Right.
I don't want to be just hamburger, hot dogs, and beer. Am I going to have some? Yeah. But what if you could do simple other drinks to go along? All right.
Right.
Like this one here. Oh, wow. The ginger beer kicks the bourbon up another notch.
Really? Okay.
And then the cranberry juice, because I got cranberry juice cocktail. All right. Cranberry and bourbon. Great combination. I think that's Raina down here saying, yeah, cranberry is fun. And so, I tried to find, because one of the things it said to use on this drink was your cranberry. Use fresh cranberries as your
garnish.
As your garnish.
You're not going to find them until the fall.
Good luck finding fresh cranberries this time of year. So, come December, from starting in November when the fresh cranberries start appearing in the store, we make cranberry sauce like you would not believe until they stop having them in the store in January.
Go.
Well,
oh, nice and cold. So, and I found my little mixer. It's my Sucker Punch Gourmet. So this one's mine. Mine's a little bit sweeter than I anticipated it. So I'm going to add a little bit of ice to it. What I made was a cranberry bourbon cocktail. So this one has 2.5 ounces of bourbon, 1.5 ounce of cranberry juice, half an ounce of lemon juice, different than the lime, and 1 ounce of simple syrup. So I add a little bit of ice. This is another one that you can decorate with a little cherry, a little some mint. I think mint would be a good one to use.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
The decoration. Okay, so that one's yum. I like that one. The pina colada is still very yummy. I think that freshness of coconut.
Yeah, I think that is hard to do the pina colada first because it is going to be a more overpowering taste, and it's something that let's face it, it screams summer and beach. So anyway, I tried it with both. I'm gonna do my second hot dog with it, with a bite with it now.
That cranberry bourbon cocktail, I think that one would also be good during the fall, winter with warm cranberry juice or mulled cranberries. Add a little bit of bourbon to it. I think that would be pretty yummy. I like that. So this is bourbon and cranberries are one that you can have in summer or winter. Warm it up.
I'm wondering, you say that. Think about your hot drinks you have around, your fall drinks you have around like Halloween. Do you think making that a warm drink instead of an ice drink? I don't know. Mixed feelings, but wondering.
See, for me, because sometimes I make my own mulled cranberry juice, I think cranberry juice does warm up nicely. And I have put what I call a special hot cocoa. It's because I've added whiskey or bourbon to it. So adding bourbon to a warm drink, I think goes very well. This one with the lemon and the simple syrup, I think it could possibly. We might have to experiment in the fall and more fresh cranberries. Nom, 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 nom. That was very good. This goes very well with the hot dog.
Yeah. I would take it more with the hot dog than the hamburger, truthfully.
Mm. Where's my, oh, why did I bring this up? Oh, that was loud.
So
I am like so ready to have another hot dog. I think I brought an extra one.
I brought the two of them, but I figured I'd be tasting. I don't, I never finish all of what we eat here.
And sometimes after we hang up, I'll sit here and I'll finish eating. Not always, but sometimes I will. Okay. All right, so
our blue drink.
I was about to say.
It's called a Blue Hawaiian. White rum. This is combined into a shaker. It doesn't say to shake though.
Shake, 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 senora.
A good thing I have the shaker up here.
Right. So blue curacao. I did make sure that I watched the videos to make sure that I was correctly pronouncing it. A lot of people call it curacao because there's a C, but there's a little, I don't even know what it's called, under the C, a little backward C that gives it that sound. It's curacao. And it's a blue curacao is a flavor that comes from the peel of the Lahara citrus fruit. And then it's then dried. And it does grow on the island of Curacao. So this comes from the island of Curacao. And they do add blue food coloring to it. The fruit itself is green. It looks like you know how your limes sometimes get a little bumpy or crinkly as they get you're letting them sit there? That's what the Curacao looks like. The fruit, it looks like a wrinkled lime, in my opinion. And it is similar to like a triple sec, that orange liqueur. That's what, so it's a little bitter and a little sweet. I have never had it before. This is going to be a little different. So you're making the Blue Hawaiian?
I'm making the Blue Hawaiian.
All right.
But so far, it's looking kind of yellowish.
Yellow and blue make green. Don't put anything green in there.
Yeah.
So I have a surprise for you, Tim. I'm doing this for you. So instead of making a Hawaiian, I figured I would do something. I think this is going to be called the Tim. Because when I saw it, I said, I have to make this. I've never made it before. I did not try making it on my own. And so this is going to be either really cool or it's going to be a hot mess, one of the two. So this, Tim, I'm making for you is the blue jellyfish cocktail.
Oh, really?
Yes. And the reason that it's for you is because I'm using Sambuca.
Sambuca.
Yes.
Sambuca, that drink that goes so well in coffee.
So I'm going to move this out of the way so I have a little bit of room because.
Okay, once you add the blue, how do you say it again?
Curacao.
Curacao?
Yeah, curacao. Mm-hmm.
Looks awful blue to me.
There you go. So
that changes the color right there.
Right there.
Blue just overpowers everything in the yellow.
Yep. Yeah, you're going, this isn't going to work. So the whole point of this drink, the jellyfish, is to layer the flavors. So we are also going to I didn't realize that I still had my deep blue vodka here, so I brought in my mink Irish vodka.
Yeah.
So I did see that I had the other one, but I'll use this vodka. It's 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1.5 ounces of the blue curacao, 1.5 ounces of the sambuca, and 1/2. Where's my cream? Don't tell me I didn't grab my cream. I may have forgotten my cream, which means I can use half and half.
Wait a minute. Do you keep half and half in your office?
I might. Let me go look. Give me one moment. I'm going to go check.
So, Blue Hawaiian really kind of tastes very similar to your pina colada. A lot of your same flavors are in there. Your coconut, your lemon, your pineapple juice, your rum. So, I mean, the difference is I didn't put lemon in mine. I put orange juice in mine instead. It is very similar to the taste of the pina colada. Hold on, let me taste. But not as creamy. So, I want to look at the Blue Hawaiian. I think the recipe that we'll have posted on the Facebook page comes out of the Kitchen Magpie, is where we got the recipe that Gladys found. I looked it up on all recipes, but I used her recipe that she printed off and gave to us here. So yeah, yes, very, very tasty drink. And again, these are summery drinks that, I mean, you think about it, you're at a barbecue. Everybody else is probably just drinking beer. If you could make something that was a summery, refreshing drink, that you could not put the rum in these and have non-alcoholic drinks. So basically, you can make these up for the kids without the alcohol. Now, this one here will be a little difficult because you have 2 pieces of alcohol and one of them makes it blue. But put some coconut juice in there and put some blue food coloring in. They'll never know. The kids won't know. But yeah, don't serve the alcohol to the kids. But I mean, you can do everything but the alcohol in either the pina colada or the Blue Hawaiian, and the kids can enjoy it. Now, the cranberry, this one here, I would probably do the cranberry and ginger beer without the bourbon for the kids, and it might be a good one too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I should probably try that. Let's see if I have another cup here.
So
I need to keep more cups in my office.
Well, it's supposed to be in a highball glass, but I'm going with this little guy, and I'm going to do it the way that the tipsy bartender does it. So the way that I had looked up the blue jellyfish, they actually put it all in there and then swirl it. I'm going to do the way that the tipsy bartender does it because he does it more like a shot. So the way you have to float. When you're floating something is you're using the back of the spoon when you're pouring it in there. And this one also calls with ice and vodka. But I'm going to do it in the, I guess I could do it that way.
Okay. So if you do the red drink that I did, which is the cranberry bourbon fizz, you just take the bourbon out and put cranberry juice and ginger beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great kids drink. Summery, very summery.
Right.
It's almost like a cranberry punch.
I would do that. I would, sometimes you just want something refreshing, non-alcoholic, and that's okay. All right, so I'm using the smaller pieces of.
I swirl. Sometimes one of our listeners said, "Swirl." What does he swirl? You watch the ginger beer fizz up.
Oh, nice. Okay, and I think kids would like that because sometimes they want that fizziness.
Yeah,
They have the like, ooh, I'm having ginger beer.
Yeah.
They're gonna feel so grown up.
Well, for the kids, you probably could do it with ginger ale.
Right.
Same thing. Cranberry juice and ginger ale is a combination that really works well. If you think about it. Wow.
So
there's a lot of alcohol in that, by the way. Good thing I'm not driving.
Right. All right, so here's the little guy. And so the vodka's first. I'm not going to do the full 1.5 ounces. I'm probably going to just do the 1/2 ounce or 3/4 of an ounce. So the vodka goes first. Then you float the blue curacao. So opening it, and again, I'm going to use less. I'm going to use that 3/4. And so you float it, and the way you float it is that you just pour it slowly over the back of the spoon onto the side of the glass. See, so now it's blue. Move it over so you can see it. Then it's the float the sambuca.
So pour the famous sambuca right on top.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that sambuca is gonna sink to the bottom, but that's
wow. Sambuca is heavy.
Yes, and it's still you float it here.
Yeah, see, you see it. I wish I gotta highlight your thing there. You could see it pouring through to the bottom.
And then you add the cream. We'll see if it's not going to be the same because I like that heavy cream because heavy cream is thicker. And then what you do is that you shake it, and then it's supposed to give this, because it's thick here, I didn't do it the same way, but it's supposed to look like a jellyfish because the cream is thick, the heavy cream. And so, but here
put it up close. Put it up close to the camera. See? Oh my God! Now, go up. Oh my gosh! You see that, guys? That is cool.
And if I would have used that heavy cream, this would have looked absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It would have just looked like a little jellyfish. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stir a little bit more. And
what is it? I mean, what's the taste onto it now? The
licorice comes through.
Okay, so yeah, your licorice from your sambuca.
That's there's almost like a citrusy kind of, and I think that's coming from the blue curacao.
Yeah, yeah.
The vodka. I mean, this is a smooth vodka anyway. When you're doing drinks like this, you definitely want to make sure that you're using some quality ingredients because you're drinking this stuff, and it's when you're looking at 1.5 ounces, 4.5 ounces of alcohol. You want to make sure that you are using high quality items so that when you're it tastes.
Remember my debacle?
Yes, we do not need
with cheap peppermint schnapps at Christmas time.
No, yeah, he got sick. And we had talked about it, and he even mentioned it, and yet it's okay.
I was tuning up our episodes on our audio episodes, and I seen that episode again where I talked about where we took the break, and I came back, and I said, yeah, it had to be the peppermint schnapps. But I'm gonna say, so my hot dogs and my hamburgers now gotten cold, so I'm not gonna eat anymore. But I picked a Lay's French onion dip for my last week of chips and dip, and all of these are like a chip and dip kind of snack drink. So like I probably could sit and eat any pretzels or anything with this dip, and eat and drink any one of these drinks.
So my jellyfish does clash a little bit with the pickle, but when I took the bite on the other side with the mustard and the mayo and the hot dog, that second bite was better. So this would not go well with the pickle because the licorice and pickles, not quite mixing. But
that's a bad combo.
But the hot dog itself is yummy.
Okay. Good or bad, I finished the pina colada. Can you wait a minute? You can't dump a pina colada out.
No, I mean, I still have a little bit here, and I'm like, I got to go back to that.
And you know that, if you're going to be drinking a while and you're making the drinks, and you got it, the pina colada, because you can drink the pina colada mix without the drinks. So just lighten the amount of alcohol you put into it, and you can drink more of it because it is a tasty drink.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just put less of the alcohol, and I said, we're going to be making.
I didn't, because I had two different versions, so that was the bad move on my part. I have these pretty well loaded, but I didn't drink them all the way. The Blue Hawaiian was probably going to be next because the Blue Hawaiian tastes like the pina colada. Mm. Yes, it would be sad to get rid of. So, how many times? I got to ask you this: how many times do you dump drinks when we're done the show?
Half the time.
No.
Usually, the mixed drinks are more likely to dump. Yeah. When I have a good scotch, a good bourbon, a good any of those.
I'll continue sipping through that. I usually will add, if it's just as we're doing a straight alcohol, like, I'll usually add an ice cube or something and do it as sipping for a while. Mm-hmm. But the mixed drinks, once they start melting down, not as good.
They're not going to taste. Yeah,
and really, this week, the other truth, this is a wild week because we're doing 3 drinks. We made a rule early on to only do 2. But we're breaking our rule this week because you can't pick 2 drinks in red, white, and blue.
Right. Unless you're trying to make one drink with red, white, and blue, but then you forget the heavy cream and you wind up with blue.
Yeah.
So I owe you the jellyfish.
Oh.
I will have to make it again and I had it right there. So hopefully I didn't leave it on the counter. And I had my checkoff list of everything I needed to pick up on the way back. And I don't know what I did with my list. I think because I do a double check, and I think I must have just left it and didn't check it off. Because normally I literally check off. Oh, you got the sambuca? Yeah. Do you got the blue curacao? Yeah. You got the pineapple? Yeah. And I check everything off. So.
All right. So I think this is Rena still, because Rena's great with her comments. But if you go to a bar and they don't make them as good as you do, as you are as good, do you comment?
Mm-hmm.
If I know the bartender, I'll help the bartender come up with a better way. If I don't know the bartender, I'm not going to criticize them because I mix drinks on a regular basis. Because that is it. If I don't know them, it will come off as rude, and I won't be rude to somebody. I'll try my darndest never to be rude to somebody, right? But if I know the bartender, I'll be like, Gladys, if you added coconut rum to this, it'd probably be a little bit better. Can we try it again with coconut rum? I'll buy another one, right? And usually they're like, yeah, let's try that, and they don't charge me for the other one because they make it, and then we both sample it.
Yeah.
And that's like I'll do that with a bartender a lot. But if I know the bartender, you know what I mean? Because it's like, many, many years ago, when my daughter first turned 21, my daughter worked at a bar, and the one guy who worked bartender at nights, him and I knew each other very well. To him and I would always, about once a month, we'd get a little sloshed and sing "Friends in Low Places" on karaoke night together. Mm-hmm. And everybody thought it was funny because we did the live version of the song, and he usually was so drunk. He's like, "Yeah, what he's saying."
Oh, that's funny.
We used to have a blast. I think his name was Mikey, man. We had a blast doing that. Him and I were, people would always wonder if we were brothers because we were like 2 drunks in a pod.
No, what I have done in a bar is, did your bar, depending, because the one time that I did say this, I said, do you have a different bartender? And they're like, no, why? I said, this drink doesn't taste the same as the last 4 times that I've had it.
Yeah.
And you make a delicious old fashioned. This one doesn't taste like the others.
Yeah.
Like,
I went
2 ounces of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know what you did, but it doesn't taste the same. what I realized is that they used a lot of ice, and I think it sat there for a while, so all the ice started to melt. And so by the time it got to me, it didn't taste the way it should have. And so when I sat at the bar, I said, "Can I have a big ice cube?"
Yeah.
Solved the problem. So since then, big ice cube. I don't want a bunch of ice in there because if it sits,
Yeah.
I don't, with a big ice cube, it's not going to dilute the drink. And that's what it was. What I realized is that they used ice and they diluted my drink, and that's why it didn't taste good. And I was in the dining room, not at the bar. So who knows how long it sat there before they actually picked it up to deliver it to me.
Well, if you go out to dinner, you usually have more than one drink if you're not sitting at the bar?
No, actually, I think it's one drink.
Usually if I'm eating, I'll only have one because of that very concept that usually I'm going to drink it slow and the ice is going to melt into it. It's going to taste different. And I don't want to do two of them that way.
Right.
So I'll do one drink. If I'm sitting at the bar, I'm probably going to be drinking them a little faster and just snacking on food as opposed to eating a meal.
I was going to say, if you're at the bar, you're probably appetizer or just something, not something very light. You're not there to, you might sit at the bar or at the bar. If you're at the bar, you may not be having a full dinner. You may just be having some.
If you go, let me ask you, Gladys, when you go to the bar, I know we only got about 5 minutes left today, but you go to the bar, all right. So you're just stopping by to get a burger. Like me, I stop at bars half the time when I'm on my way home from someplace to get a burger if I know I'm going to have to eat myself.
Yeah, happy hour burger.
A happy hour burger or like a late night burger, but I'll sit at the bar to eat it, right?
Okay.
I'm just curious. All right, what do you drink if you're just going to do that with your having a burger?
If I'm just having a burger, a lot of times I'm just having a beer.
Really?
Yeah, but there have been times that I go in for, depends on where I'm going also, and every so often I will go to now as an adult. When I was younger, I never went to a bar by myself. I just didn't. But as an adult, I'm a pretty independent female. And so I will go to a bar sometimes and I'll order an old fashioned. And while I'm there, I'm like, okay, let's look at the happy hour menu. And if I find a burger that looks good, then I've already ordered my old fashioned. Well, you know what? I'm going to stick to old fashioned. Now I might have some water in between to kind of make sure I'm hydrated, and that while I'm eating my burger, I can chug down the water, but then I want to end it with another nice old fashioned.
See, I've done it before where I've gone in. I've usually I'll drink like a Dr. Pepper with my burger,
okay,
but I'll get a neat bourbon, just neat, no ice, and I'll be sipping on that around around the meal, and after the meal. After I'm done with the burger, now I'm going to finish sipping the rest of my bourbon. And it wasn't on ice, so it was just poured neat. Mm-hmm. No ice. All right. And to me, that's a great way to have my alcohol without getting it diluted, and you're getting the same thing.
Right.
The whole way through.
Yeah, because you never want diluted, especially if you have a good spirit, you do not want to mess it up by letting it sit in ice for too long, for half an hour, an hour.
Well, this has been an interesting week because we had some pretty intense drinks to mix. All right, but we also had some very simple drinks to mix.
Bourbon fizz.
Yeah.
Point.
So if you guys are gonna have your 4th of July next weekend, all right, probably have a 3-day weekend. Have some burgers, some fries. Instead of having beer this time, make yourself a red, white, and blue drink.
There you go.
All right. Or maybe if you're hosting the party, make red, white, and blue drinks in a punch bowl, and just add the alcohol to them. All right, and make it a unique thing that's really kind of different this year for Portugal.
Yeah, and a lot of times you can layer them if you are blending them with ice and they're nice and thick.
Yeah.
Then you can layer the red, white, and the blue.
Yeah.
And so that's another way to make a red, white, and blue is just blending. Use the ice. Use ice cream like Tim did for the white. Keep it simple. A little bit of rum in there, depending if the kiddos are going to have some or just adults. And if you don't want to go out and spend the $14 or $16 on your blue curacao, hey, add a little bit of food coloring. So take what you've done with your pina colada and just add blue food coloring, red food coloring. There you go. And it's all the same thing, only with food coloring.
Tinder in a drink? Are you, wait a minute, are you offering? Oh, no, okay.
Where are you located? Maybe there's somebody else, depending on where they're located, maybe somebody else will be interested.
Yeah. Well, guys, I hope this episode here was a really good one. It was fun to actually make this episode. All right. It was intense for cooking. I had intense getting this ready because of the fact that I had to put so many pieces together for the drinks. And then I had to actually cook the burgers and stuff and hot dogs on the grill.
Right.
And bring them in. So, and like every bottle I opened, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, every one of them, when I open the bottle, I went, and I've got spots on the lower side of my shirt. I should have worn the black shirt today, but I wore black last week. I look at every week. Every week I look before I prep our episode and go, okay, do I need to change my shirt so I'm not wearing the same shirt? Because I noticed there was 3 weeks in a row that I wore the same shirt.
Oh, really? I don't know that I noticed.
My Monday, yeah. I was like, is that your Monday shirt? Yeah.
Well, you'll need to take a picture of the bottom of your shirt and post that and go, hey, this was my Monday shirt.
No, I'm not. No, you can. This will actually get set downstairs with stuff to soak before it goes to the cleaners. So anyway.
Right. Yeah, I got to clean
that.
Right,
well, guys, we will be gone. We won't be here next week because it is Independence Day. Enjoy your Independence Day holiday. All right. We'll be back on the 11th. And wait a minute. Do I have it? No, that's on the other. I don't have it. What was the notes we had for the?
Oh, you're gonna make me look them up.
Oh, I'm actually. You see, I have this great thing here because
whiskey. I think it's whiskey. We got a whiskey and we got something.
In July, we're going to do whiskey and pies. So on the 11th, we're going to come back. We're going to do some whiskey drinks, some pies. You have to come back and find out what ones we're going to do.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I bet you wouldn't think, how the heck are you going to pair a spirit with pie?
Yeah, you wouldn't. But trust me, we found some combinations that are really good.
Yum.
And Gwen and I were talking about our choices. And she's like, ooh, I would have never thought. Ooh.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, so Gladys, tell them about you. All right. They want to do business with you because this show is sponsored every week by both of our businesses. All right. Most of all is our insurance agent on site. Gladys, tell them.
Insurance by Design, Gladys Boutwell. I am serving those small businesses with less than 50 employees in Oregon, Washington, and California. You can find me at insurancedesignpros.com. And if you go to my link, you're going to be able to get on my newsletter, and you want that because you're going to get the white paper that gives you 101 creative employee benefits for all budgets, which is my next book that will be published later this year. More to come on that. So insurancedesignpros.com.
Cool.
And here's my co-host, Tim Gillette.
So my name is Tim Gillette. I have Simple Easy Marketing. All right. I help people with their online marketing, podcasting, blogging, vlogging, put it together in a simple, easy way to get your message out. Find out more, go to simpleeasyevents.com. Other than that, guys, our show is Like the Way You Drink. Go to likethewayyoudrink.com. We'll soon have an opt-in to where you can get our recipes. I'm working on this.
I forgot shout out. So shout out.
Who's our shout out? Yeah.
Yes, I have a shout out. My apologies to Melissa at State Line Liquor on Jansen Beach. She is the one that helped me look for the Blue Curacao. And she compared and gave me options on the both. She helped me find a couple of other things that I was looking for. She was amazing. So Melissa from State Line Liquor Store on Jansen Beach in Oregon, thank you.
Yeah. Love it. So I love it when our community helps us out with this podcast, and we give a shout out to anybody who helps us out. I know in the month of July, we will be doing a show. You and I will both be on a show with Cindy from the Bucket Show. Our bucket list show. All right. And I'm not sure. Is that What is that? A tequila show or something like that?
Yeah. Yes, because National Tequila Day is like 2 days later. And so we'll be doing tequilas, and it's July 13th.
July 20th or 10th or yeah.
20th.
It's a Wednesday, I know, because it was I had to
It was
schedule.
2 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah. So we want to say thanks to all the people who actually come into our show every week. All right, regular guests. Whether some of you will catch us live, some of you watch this thing and listen in later. I noticed one of our first one was today was Robert, a very faithful person. Of course, your man, Mr. Sean, stopped by. Rena, we always thank you for coming by. And see anybody else in here? I can see that I don't see anybody else. It was mainly Rena that was making the comments.
Robert and Cindy? Wow.
Cindy wasn't here this week, but she'll probably catch the replay and comment on it later. So these are the people who regularly do it. Follow our Facebook page. All right. It's Facebook.com, like the way you drink. All right. Like our Facebook page so you can actually find out more about us there. We're going to be putting our recipes up there as well as check out our new website. Guys, have a great 4th of July. We will be back in 2 weeks. See you later, guys.